All right, I'm giving this another go. I still gotta get my YouTube opened up so I can track that real quick. All right. Let's see. Where's my? All right. You just heard my dog there. Let's see. Just heard my dog there. Just heard my dog there. All right. I'm just gonna give it a little test. I think I can see already this isn't going to work. Again, this sounds, trust me, it sounds pretty good. I wonder if I need to get new cables or something. Okay, I just got one more thing I'm going to try. One more thing I'm going to try. Yeah, it just keeps cutting out. Okay, I got one more try. Cut that off. Okay, so cut this off. Disconnect this. Okay. Where is it? 1 second. All right. Put my headphones back in so I can hear. Oh, boy. There we go. Now this is the guitar, not even plugged into anything. Let me see if that's picking it. Okay, so put this up. Disconnect this. All right. My headphones back in so I can hear. Now this is the guitar, not even plugged into anything. Let's see if that's picking it. All right, I think. It's not looking good, peeps. I'm going to try this mic. Shh, quiet. Shh.
For procurement managers, Ranger is the go-to partner that helps keep your healthcare facilities ready for patients. Because there's no time to manage orders and deliveries from multiple suppliers, Ranger offers everything in one place, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. All with fast delivery that helps ensure you always have what you need to put patient care first.
Good to know. We gotta wet the spoons here. Oh, hello. We're live. We are live in Batley. I'm here with Marty Blackburn, News Now Yorkshire. And we're just wandering up to the marketplace. Where it is, from what we can tell, as friendly, nice, wanting to help people while wearing green bands. we're going, so we're just following Michael there. Hey, we've got eyes on us. Eyes on us. We've got eyes on us. We're heading tomorrow. In the Tesco. But it's going the right way. It's nice and quiet. So hello, we're live. We are live in Batley. I'm here with Marty Blackburn at News Now Yorkshire. And we're just wandering up to the marketplace, where there is, from what we can tell, the only pro-Palestine rally that is going on today. And this is for apparently the allied and health workers of Gaza who laugh as friendly, nice, wanting to help people while wearing green bands around their heads. And we don't really have a clue where we're going, so we're just following Michael here. Hey, you're looking good though. You're looking really good. Have a good one. Hey, we've got eyes on us. Eyes on us. We've got eyes on us.
Testing.
From the Uber drivers. And we don't really know where we're going yet. We're heading for the marketplace. Here's the Tesco's. But it's if we're going in the right way, it's surprisingly quiet here. Surprisingly quiet. This could be a big dead duck. There is something going on down in Bristol. There's something going on down in Brighton. But we're all based up in Yorkshire, so we're going to the thing that has been advertised in our manor. It's just that we don't know where the hell it is. We're going the right way for Marketplace?
Yeah, mate. It's just over there.
Brilliant, thanks. It's just over there. It's just over here. We can hear some drums. We can hear some drums. Just round the corner from this Union flag. I see 2 policemen and a bunch of foreign flags. 2 more police.
Hi guys, welcome to the also a big thank you to everybody who's come from.
So here we are.
Many activities from up and down the country, from Warsaw, from Dudley. Big shout out to the rest of my neighborhood. Big shout out to the sisters from Palestine.
And we've got a few usual faces, or at least one so far.
Many people
For the Sheffield Palestine Coalition. Some usual faces like this guy over here.
It's likely to be on schedule, and they should be arriving in the next 20-30 minutes. As I said, we're going to go like an atmosphere. Yes, we're going to organize ourselves.
This guy wiping his head is one of the usuals. Hello, Mickey.
Any children that want to come forward? Any children? Any children want to come
There she is. You didn't cycle over from Leeds, did you? Not all the way.
I only live round there. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm shaking your hand. Oh. No. Aren't you warm enough with that on?
No, look at all the breeze. All right, stuff.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I haven't been to Leeds. I couldn't get out until amusements not right well, you see.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
So I couldn't get out the phone without listening.
Just like the rest of us.
Where are you going? How long are you going to be?
Just like the rest of us, mental health problems. We're all bloody nuts. We're all crackers. Very good. You'll go and have an enjoyable time. No, not useful anyway. Enjoy yourself. There's a lovely lady, that one. She's one of the few of all of them that's actually willing to have a proper conversation and not hate. And she'll just talk, you know, she'll have her opinion, we'll have ours. It's great. It's a bad opinion, but, you know. She's been captured by the ideology. Sheffield Palestine Coalition. He looks a bit dodgy, this guy with the red mask on. Most people here are not masked up. Is he from Leeds?
Well, come on everybody, a round of applause for Iman. Any other children that want to come forward? Any children, anybody of any age, any gender, anybody from up and down the country, you are more than welcome to build up a bit of atmosphere. We can always go to the music Can you please welcome our Manchester drummers?
They're asking the children to come along. They brought a load of the Manchester mob to do the drumming.
Right, as you all know, this is a march from Batley to Dewsbury. It's approximately 1.9 miles. We don't have a specific time to start the march. But whilst we are waiting for many that are arriving from up and down the country,
Waiting for many to arrive from up and down the country.
will actually lead this march. They are a national bloc that are very, very proactive in the movement, and they are a big scene in the national marches. So when they arrive, we will organise ourselves. But in the meantime, I'd like to invite Catherine Johnson, who's here from the York PSC, to say a few words to keep you entertained.
Thank you. So this week, York PSC and York Palestine Assembly worked for Andy Burnham, and I want you to encourage you to quadruple your efforts in putting pressure on the government. We raised 4 issues. Sanctions on Israel now. Sanctions on Israel.
Sanctions on
now.
Israel won't work,
No
not for this
more
government.
trade. No trade. Cultural boycott, academic boycott.
Cultural and academic boycott. That's not going to work for this government either.
In fact, some of those need lifting.
Because everyone will just say that they're anti-Semitic and racist.
The release of Palestinian prisoners.
Rightly so.
There are over 10,000
So it's not going to happen.
Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails. Thirdly, the definition of terrorism has been extended. Our democratic rights are being undermined. Our rights to protest are being undermined. We need to fight to save those as well and stop the ludicrous arrests of people being charged with terrorism for holding a placard. It is ludicrous. It undermines our democracy. And fourthly, we call for the removal of the hierarchy of racism. We want to cease the use of the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. And
In other words, get rid of all the white people in charge.
To be racist.
Which makes it the same as
Hello.
all other types
You all right?
of racism and our fight
Oh,
against
you're there.
So, I think we have an opportunity at present with Andy Burnham.
So they want to be racist. They want to have the right to support terrorist organisations who commit terrorist acts. And they want to be able to show placards about it. Now, of course, these are all
I got
these are all political claims that demand changes to the law, which I guess is what protests are about. Changes to the law.
It's actually an and a very discriminatory definition in its own right.
But I think they're thinking there's going to be a lot more here than there currently are.
Entity, and we are calling for
They're not marching till what?
That Stuart Miller, who has won his land grant case,
Well, the lady who was just speaking, or the bloke who was just speaking, don't know which, basically said that they were able to march whenever they liked. And basically they're just waiting and waiting and waiting for people that they're expecting to turn up from all across the north of Britain and the Midlands, and they're hoping that they might have a crowd. Because this is currently smaller than the original Leeds-based Palestine protest. It's a bit bigger than the last few Leeds-based protests over the past 6 months.
We must give a special mention to the Project 25, the Barclays 5.
So, Rain Man, big shout out from Skegness. Hello, Skeggy. Good afternoon. Big respect. Covering these Islamist and socialist lefty hate marches. Yeah, they're out to protest. It's when it gets into really quite nasty stuff. and flying disgusting foreign flags in our country.
Because we want the government to reverse its decision, and it is going to.
Myself not to touch anything that's like electric, not to touch stoves, don't touch cars, don't try to clean something, it'll get worse. The media room went out. I was sitting there, you know, the way I relax is smoke cigars and I catch up on all the podcasts and I watch them at like 2.5.
Yeah.
I just had to shut that off since you came in. What's up?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I just got home from the bar.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I was
and
watching
the winery. So, yeah.
I see you've been checking out some bands.
Oh man, Music Fest, baby! I had a blast. That was like my vacation.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice.
I went 9 out of the 10 days that the festival goes on for.
What does
I had
it
a
cost
great-
to get in for a day or
It's
a pass?
free.
What's a pass cost?
It's free.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It is the
dude.
largest free festival in the country. Largest free music festival in the country.
What are there top bands that come?
Well, the top bands, yeah, those like there's headline bands which I never go see, but yeah, those you would pay for. But you can still.
But you can
listen
probably
to-
hear them. You can hear them, right? I mean, if you're outside.
Exactly. From the street, you can hear them. Yeah.
That's what Coachella was like. Yeah.
But it's a
If
blast.
you get a chance, you should try. If you get a chance, you should try to go to Coachella the festival.
I want to. That does look like a lot of fun.
I don't know how it is anymore. You know, it was 10 years ago or more than that when I went.
Well, we have something similar here, and it runs near the same time in Music Fest, and it's called Elements. And
yeah,
what they
you were
do
talking
is,
about that.
yeah, they have 4 stages for each element. You know, I guess so 5 stages.
Oh, for like fire, water.
Exactly,
air,
exactly. That's the theme, right? But it's costly. I mean, it's like I think it's like over a $300 ticket or some shit. And then drinks.
Yeah, well,
and
that's the thing.
stuff.
I mean, you do have to pay to get into Coachella. It was reasonable, you know. You could also get camping passes, you know, so you could stay the whole weekend or the whole week, whatever it was. It was like a long week, I guess. But.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I was just wondering, it might be worth shooting up there next year.
Where is it again? Where is Coachella? Where is it again?
What's that?
Where's Coachella?
Oh,
Where
it's
they do it?
Palm.
California.
Basically, it's Palm
California.
Springs. It's down the it's down the highway from Palm Springs. It's probably an hour away from Palm Springs. It's further
California.
south and
California.
east. Yeah, but it's in California. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That will be that might be an issue.
And then I don't know if they're still doing it. They did a stagecoach festival too, which was just a country, the same thing, only country music. Man, that was great. They had the Eagles there one year.
Well, my
12.
tentative plan right now, I think I have that. There's an echo.
Hey, stop it. Oh, okay. The speaker.
Let me check my.
It was probably where I had my speaker.
Let me check my settings.
I might just put my headphones on.
Audio. Oh, my echo cancellation's on. Okay. What I'm tentatively planning, I would like to go to Vegas just for two attractions. The Sphere, and there's a new exhibit, the Evel Knievel Experience. I'm getting echo.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to.
Meanwhile, I will share your link. Get some peeps in here.
That'd be cool. Hey, is the echo gone?
Check 1, 2.
It should be. I mean,
yeah, I think it's gone.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was switching from this my JBL Bluetooth speaker that I could hear, to my headphones. Yeah. Anyway, cool. Yeah. Have you noticed anybody up tonight?
I don't know. I just got home and I just saw you were on, and I figured, all right, let me pop in. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna go over to.
I was spending time with my audio and the guitar and trying to figure that shit out. I think, fuck, all my equipment is over 12 years old. I think I might just need like new cables and like shit. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're looking to do.
I should be able to put a mic right in front of the guitar and not have it be choppy or how the mic will clip sometimes, or it sounds like that or whatever. It's all fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas my voice will come through, my voice, and I'll use the same mic with the guitar. And somehow, like just put it over like the guitar.
Oh, I heard a little bit of your guitar earlier. Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't.
Yeah,
it
wasn't
the best sound.
It's almost like one of your videos, maybe. Like the sound you can hear. It's actually yours is a lot better, but it doesn't break up like that. But it's sort of worse. It's like that, only bad. Coming in and out. So anyway, I'm gonna get some professional help and get set up here.
Get some professional help,
right? In more ways than one, probably I need that.
I gotta get some professional help. I need a drink. I'll be right back. I need to wet my whistle. I'll be right back, bro.
Yeah. I gotta ask Rojo how the weather is up there. Man, it's been hotter than I don't know what. What are you barking at? What are you barking at? Yeah, it's my little boy. It's my little boy. Oh. I'll try to remind it. I don't know if you can hear Brojo, but Jill was out there earlier in the day. I didn't see him recently, really, but stop licking. I gotta cover that thing. You stupid. I don't know why you can't leave stuff like that alone. My dog has this little it was like the slightest little just like the hair came off, like it was like kind of a, I don't know, like not a cut, but like he brushed against something and it just basically took the hair off almost, and it was just the lightest kind of thing, but he licks it to fucking death, and then it turns into a little sore or whatever. So.
So the last place I was in, it was a bar, local bar. I've never been in there. I'm living here 19 fucking years. Never stepped into this place, which is like right up the road, right?
But you always knew it was there, just you never.
I knew it was there, but it was like it was a biker's bar. That's what it was. A
Okay.
The
Right.
biker's bar, but no big, no like
Right.
no troubles there. And then recently, I had a plumber over, and I'm chatting with one of the assistants, and he's telling me about they have great tacos. It's cool over there,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out one day. So I went to the winery, a winery today for music bingo. That's another story, ironic, but I wanted to
Music bingo.
party on. I wanted to continue partying, So I'm like, you know what? I've never been to this fucking bar. It's a biker bar. I'm just gonna go in.
And were you hungry?
I was a little bit hungry. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
So I go in there, right, and it's like it's in like the basement. You go in the basement, and there's posters all over, and there's like 10 people in there, and they're all tatted up bikers.
Oh man.
And they're all chill. They were cool. There was one cute little girl in there, so I was having my eye on her, for a while. And but anyway, the bad thing, they allowed smoking in there.
Oh well, I wouldn't have considered that so bad, but yeah.
So I mean, I'm usually, this is really weird because as of late, since I've quit smoking, I'm usually very sensitive. But for some reason, I was adapting. But now that I got out of the place, I smell it on my clothes, and I'm like, oh God, my nose is irritated. I'm feeling it now, stepping out.
Did you wash your clothes yet, or?
No, I just got home. I'm like,
oh, that was from today. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like, this,
Holy
I'm
shit.
like, hey, it's cool that there's a nice local bar to go to, but I'm not gonna go in there if everybody's fucking smoking. I've never seen so many people smoking cigarettes around in a long time. I tell you the
Wow.
truth, but they're fucking bikers and alcoholics and
Well, and it's probably it's probably part of the bar scene at that bar. I mean, it's just known for smoking, probably, or I mean.
And listen, I'm like, I think when they banned the cigarettes, I was like, yeah, wait a minute, how could you do this? It kind of goes hand in hand, the drink and the smoke. I get it all, but I've never, but I thought that it was banned. I think technically
I know in Michigan you can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
technically
here.
they have to go outside. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they have to, but they don't fucking care. So I mean, but
for the life of me, I can't see how that the owners weren't like the bar owners. They are the ones, they are the ones that ought to be in control of if they're smoking allowed in my bar or not. That's it. Nothing else besides that.
Yeah.
And if you want to come in and smoke or breathe it, come on in.
I hear you.
If you don't want to, fucking don't come in.
I hear. No, it's just
how
weird.
simple is that?
No, you're right. I agree. And I just feel like I would visit again. Because I don't give a shit that they're bikers. I've hung out in biker bars. I've hung out in black bars.
That just means middle class.
I can, it's not even. It's just
how much a bike. You know how much it costs to maintain a bike, dude. It's not like they're poor.
Well,
probably. I mean, I don't know. They're probably. I would just consider it middle. They're like middle. Yeah, it's like middle class. They're lower scale workers types or something. But or work part time.
It's like blue collar workers. Yeah, it's cool. But it's just man,
they use a lot. They use a lot of profanity. It's just part of the whole. Every other word's a F. you know,
Well,
fuck
these were-
this or that fucking thing.
Dude, it was really chill. It was only, like I said, there was only a few people there. You know, it's just, you know, I can't.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
I can't imagine a Friday or Saturday night being in there because it gotta be fucking a little bit more crowded and even more cigarettes. I'm like, oh my god. But you know, I threw my number out there. I talked to the bartender. Hey, listen, I said I've been all these years. I haven't been in it, but they have like a little patio space outside. But I was like, if you're looking for a DJ, but they're more into the bands and the duos, the duets, karaoke. You know, they'll have a bikers night like once a month.
It's funny how karaoke has persisted for quite a long time now. You know, I mean, it's not the biggest thing everywhere, but a lot of people like it.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to check out a bar I've never checked out before, but it's like a little bit of a trip. It's called the 80s Bar, and they are doing karaoke tomorrow night. So I am going to go check that bar out tomorrow.
What time does that start?
Oh, good question.
I mean, I can't really afford it. I mean, I could if I had to, but I mean, you're tempting me to get in my car in the morning, like, 6 a.m. and head up there. So we can do some karaoke. Fuck, I'll just sleep in my car overnight, and then I'll come back. That would be fun as shit, though, dude. That would, I mean, to me, shit like that is so much more fun than what? I mean, almost anything that you can do by yourself.
Yeah. Golden years, ironic. I'm just gonna, enjoy life now. I'm like semi-retired, so.
Yeah. So check this out. I don't know. So. 1 second. So there's my camp. There's my camper, right? So when I started here, all I had was that thing sitting on the lot,
Right.
So eventually I built all the first thing that I built.
Look at you. It's like you built a garage around it.
The first thing I built was like that fence. See that picket fence? So it was the camper and that picket fence because I needed to keep the dog in, right?
Right.
Okay. So, and then besides that, the fucking camper was all ripped out and only, half of it put back together. I still got half the thing to remodel in the camper, but anyway, so back to this thing. So check out. So pretty sweet, right? This little, because it's hotter than fuck. It's hotter than fuck out here with the sun. Like
now,
the sun comes up behind my camper there, and then it goes up like this. So at noon, this is all in the sun.
You need some solar panels now. All you need is solar panels. Perfect spot for that.
It would be, but yeah, I'm not gonna about it. But anyway,
where's your closest neighbor? Where's your closest neighbor?
The trailer right here.
Your neighbor, he's like what, 10 feet away?
Well, there's 9 spaces in this RV spot. In this little, it's just one row of 9 spaces, and right now all of them are filled except the one next to me. There's a space between me and the next guy. Right. But then there's a neighbor right across the street. Right across the street, there's a neighbor right on the corner. There's a minute to walk to each.
Can they hear you?
30. Oh no, those guys are. Those guys are no. And the trailer on the other side here, they're just a young couple and they're up late and stuff. Yeah. Right. They've never complained, and I don't think I'm even that loud, but
I don't know. I know
I could get loud, like if some people came in, we started debating. I better take it inside. Oh my God. Like Jackson, I used to get him going, and like he used to I'd send him hiding. It's like just some of my YouTube combos, get going. All passionate, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, he'll be barking because he can sense the energy.
And then I'm really excited. I got this. You can't really see it, but you can see the silver legs, or see that. Well, there's that see the silver legs there on top of
What is that? I can't make it out.
Yeah, you can't really make it out in the daytime. I'll show you some other time. It's just it's a wood fired combo gas wood fired oven, pizza oven, gets to 900 degrees. And,
Nice, sweet.
And dude, I'm a pretty good cook, right? I mean, like I do breads and stuff, and I owned a Domino. I was with Domino's Pizza for 5 years, and when I was younger,
Right.
Anyways, man, I made the best, the Neapolitan style pizza, though. That's totally different than a Domino's. I mean, it's a 60-second bake. It's like, anyway, I don't know if you like those margarita pizzas or whatever, but when you're done right,
I like almost
the
any
crust
type of pizza. Almost any type of pizza I like.
So I'm gonna get set up so I can maybe host some not host here, but do parties or something,
Yeah,
or set up somewhere on a Saturday and sell 20 pizzas and pack it up and go. Make $200.
Pizza party.
Yeah.
Community pizza party.
So okay, so I did have this idea, and I can't do it here. It sucks. But if I had the freedom to, I would actually put a little more into this outside area. Not too much more, because it really does. It's pretty kind of cool. Like, this is as good as any outdoor seating cafe you'd go to in town around here. You know what I mean? Like, if I set some tables up and cleaned it up and everything, you know what I mean?
Cafe.
And I could have a little reservation only, maybe, just, or I was thinking hosting just hosting one person or hosting one party for dinner, where it's set up with one long table, you know what I mean, and I would just serve a lasagna dinner or something, with full, sourdough bread, lasagna, salad, bring your own wine and beer.
Well, I plan on purchasing the adjacent house to me, which has an in-ground pool as well, and turning it into a little retreat or getaway. So maybe
for renting.
Yeah.
Okay, like a Airbnb kind of deal. Yeah. I don't like the.
My connection. Yeah, it'll probably be like some kind of hedonistic resort.
A hedonistic? Is that what you said?
Yes, hedonistic resort.
I would call it. If it was me, and I'm totally dead serious, I would call it Epstein's Island.
No, you can't do that.
That's
no way.
Serious.
No,
and then I'd market it. I'd market it.
You're saying like pedos. You like saying you're
no.
Yes,
actually, actually, Epstein wasn't a pedo. I mean, as far as just young women, not underage.
We don't know.
We don't know. Not that I'm not covering. I mean, look, it has nothing. Look, it has nothing to do with the guy. It just has to do with the whole thing has become. So, like, people would get a kick. Like, a lot of men would go, "That's terrible. I love it." That's what they think. That's terrible. I love it.
Well, it's not
because you're not, you wouldn't be, because in part of the whole brochure, you'd be just saying, it's like the party house, bring your own women,
Animal House.
There you go. Epstein Island.
Nah, no way.
All you have to do is build one of those mini, whatever, that Egyptian shit, that little it's not a
Oh, that was just
pyramid,
like
but that
a
little.
facade. Yeah, that was nothing. That was like a facade.
I know it was just a little building off the side,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
saying,
rock.
but that's anybody that
Elevator. shit.
anybody that Googles Epstein, the island, that you always see that thing.
There's Sammy. There you go. He saw the link.
Cool. I have to listen up for the. Hey, that was pretty good. That was pretty close, don't you think?
Yeah. My nose really is. I have like a fucking sinus ache now.
From the smoke, yeah. Do you ever see people that they do a rinse through their nasal, like they water actually, like warm water.
You could
I
do
never
a
done- I
saline.
feel like I'd be like feeling like I was being water tortured if I tried that shit.
Nah.
No, I mean it's one of those things you got to kind of get used to it, I think. But doesn't it just run? Doesn't your nose, like if you just like hold your breath basically and force water in your nose, it'll come out the other nose, won't it? Or maybe, I don't know.
Come on, your
Unless
mouth.
unless your nose cavity's all fucked up. So does it look like Sammy's gonna be in here? I'm gonna minimize.
I don't know. He just says hello. He says hello out there. Hello, Sammy. I did notice though. I was questioning myself because I did a lot of dancing, ironic, over these 9 days, and I tell you, I was not out of breath. I didn't feel like my heart was going to come out of my fucking chest at all. It was really remarkable. The only bad thing was the humidity and the constant, have to hydrate and fucking, wipe my fucking head and stuff like that.
Are you guys in the hundreds?
Wait, let me get to the point. I am going to attribute it to because I do take supplements. I take a lot of supplements on a regular basis. And one of the supplements, and I went to double check on it, is creatine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And besides trying to repair muscle, it's good for bursts of energy as well.
I think doesn't like beef, have creatine in it? Like if you eat beef, like a ribeye steak, let's say.
Yeah, there's some things that already have creatine in it. Yeah, and your body creates it.
Beef does have it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, your body creates a small part of it too.
Well, go ahead.
I attribute it to that, and as well as I've been taking a CoQ10.
Oh, you have? Uh-huh.
Which was So they were recommend. These two things were. I've done creatine, and then Serb told me about the CoQ10, which is for your heart. It helps with your
Yeah, that's been a standard like cardiac doctor thing for a long time. I don't know if that's the same as the fish. They also want you on the fish oil tablets.
This helps the like that cell, the mitochondria. It's like the battery fucking cell.
Right. Well, the skin, the outer coating.
Yeah. So I attribute. So I'm going to attribute. I definitely attribute to.
What I want to know is what kind of. Okay, so I want to find a supplement or a good natural supplement, if possible, that helps the frequent urination issue when you I don't know if you suffer from that, but it's just such a fucking pain in the ass just to have to piss all the time. I swear to God. Back in my working days, I'd piss once in the morning, once in the later in the afternoon or something when I got up.
No, I don't have that issue, but sometimes I was having that issue, like getting up in the middle of the night to go take a piss.
Yeah. That was different, than like your normal adult life up to that point. That's what I'm asking.
But I don't have
This is a physical change you're talking about through age.
Yeah, but I think it really does have to do with certain things in the diet because it doesn't happen all the time. I don't have frequent urination. Sometimes isn't like your you want to check, make sure you don't have an enlarged prostate because that could cause frequent urination. I
Right.
think.
Hello, Sammy. Go ahead. Say something.
Oh no, I'm
If you
good.
want
At
to.
Hey,
I'm just having and listening, getting
So,
updated. with
Brojo,
what's good.
I was just gonna add, like, okay, so every day, I take him out in the morning and I take him out in the at night, twice a day. I take him out for at least a half hour or 45-minute walk. That's
uh,
that's walking, not that's not the whole trip to get there. But so, and it keeps, man. I mean, I walk every day. Like, so I'm walking an hour and a half a day at a good pace, up and down hills all the time. Right. But I noticed, so I don't know, about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, I just decided, you know what? I think I can afford it now, but I'm just going to start eating nothing but beef, like good cuts of beef, like ribeyes and, T-bones and whatever, stuff with fat in it. I mean, ribeye is my favorite, actually. I mean, because of the fat,
you get a lot of
and
protein.
I just been munching that stuff, and with a baked potato with butter, sour cream, and all that shit. I mean, and a salad maybe, and then I top that off with
So what's this got to do? Is this having anything to do
chocolate
with your
malt.
pre-workout?
Yeah, so it has to do with my hiking. Is like, this one place we go is the waterfall. And so we always hike down to this where the river is, and he goes in and he can lay down in the cold water and take a drink and all that. But man, I just, like, tonight I noticed, man, I swear I'm just chomping up those hills like I was a 30-year-old. Like, my, no wind, no heavy breathing, just all I got to do is take, one good breath, while I'm walking up the hill, and it just feels good in my chest as I hold that air, because I'm, it's just like, fuck, man.
It's getting that
I
protein.
can't believe how good I feel, I just,
From the
myself, I thank God, I was like, that's I always have this attitude of, gratitude.
So you attribute it to having a carnivore diet.
Yeah, I think, and I think it has to do with just eating a lot of beef with fat in it, like nobody said we should, because I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that's what we should be eating. Like cholesterol. Hello, the brain is made of cholesterol.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's the carbs it kills. The alcohol, the sugars.
And all the pot smoking I do, I need all the brain cells I can hold on to.
Sammy, what's up, man? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Although I can take on Sammy with half my brain tied behind my back.
Yeah.
Just to make it fair.
Sammy Objective Monster. What's that about? Objective Monster.
Does anybody got Hillary's email or can send him a
I have not seen. I've not seen anyone really. I just did my first hang, like a live hang, in over like almost 2 weeks yesterday.
You did?
I love all the music fest stuff. I'll be doing all the music.
Okay. But you didn't have a hangout.
I had a hangout yesterday. We had a really good hangout.
Fuck, I must be not getting, I didn't get that notification.
We had really good. Me, DT, and Green Soul. We reviewed a Chase Hughes video. We were talking about that.
You know, I met Chase Hughes.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, I had him. I fucking, and I actually, okay, it was so fun. Okay, I met a lot of. So, do you know this shirt? Do you recognize this shirt I'm wearing?
That looks like Duran, the Duran.
Yeah, I just got my Duran. So the two Alexes were down in Chattanooga. All the three guys from Chase Hughes and his two buddies, whatever you call those guys, I
don't know who they are.
But they do the they what do you call it, right? They like detect people's lying and shit, like like. What do you? I don't know.
They are
like
behavior analysis.
Yeah. Those. Okay. So anyway, all right. So they had okay, so they had one okay, so there was one speaking so there's all these sessions where this different speakers would be speaking for like an hour, right? Okay, so
And he was one of them.
one session was with Chase, and I guess it had to do with I don't think all the guys were there because I think they would have just had the behavior panel, I think is what they call them. Yeah,
Oh, okay, it's a separate
the
channel.
behavior
Yes,
panelist, or I
Yes,
think it's
I've seen
they have a YouTube channel or something.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
I haven't seen anything about it.
and it's the three guys, right? Okay, so but and they're all three well known, and you know, is it Chase that was the that worked for the I don't know if the
Chase has his
CIA or
own
the
channel.
FBI
That's
or-
how I know him. He has his own channel, and then I saw him on a panel.
yeah,
with
that
two
makes
other-
sense. Okay, so all right. Now just get this. So Chase is up there with Robert Barnes, right? And they're just the two of them up there on the stage, and then everybody, you know, just a row of people, you know, rows of people in front of them. And then I was standing and I was just handling the door because it was a heavy ass door. And, you know, so I was just, you know, chatting with people, opening the door, you know, for them, let them come and go as they, you know, they wanted to do. And you know, people at an event like that, they want to go have a cigarette, whatever. Anyways, so I'm sitting there in the back, and so the other two guys, and I wish I could remember their names because you probably recognize them, but anyways, okay, so look at the camera, right? I'm gonna so the while Chase is looking, you know, facing the audience, he's at the back of the audience, like, and he's going, you know, like,
What?
you know, making these blowjob things and stuff.
He was doing that.
Yeah, the other guy.
What's the
And
purpose?
the two of them, the two other guys were standing together, and the one guy with the black hair, he was the one fucking with, you know, Chase, right? Because, you know, he's just fucking with him, right? Trying to fuck with him. Well, you know, mess him or whatever. Okay, so anyways, so besides saying hi to him earlier or whatever, so after they were done and during one of the breaks, I saw Chase was over there in a conversation, you know, and how it is at these places. These guys go out and they're just kind of mobbed by all their fans, you know, a number of their fans, and they sit and talk to them.
Oh, right. Everybody wants pictures and everything. Yeah, no autographs.
Exactly, selfies, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I walk over there and I'm just standing there waiting for a break in the conversation, you know. So I was dead serious, right? So I said, so Chase, I just got, I mean, if you have time for questions, I just have one question. You know that you know your partner, the guy, what's his name with the black hair? And he said his name, you know, and I was like, what does this mean? and this was in front of like people that didn't even see that, you know.
What did he say? What did he say?
He says, "Oh, those guys, he didn't swear, but he goes, I hope somebody got that on camera." Or on video, he said, and so,
I don't know. I gotta tell you, Ironic, if I would have thought of a better question.
I didn't care. Fuck it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then what was best part of it? So actually, you know, so I could tell it, you know, it did kind of, it was kind of embarrassing in a way. You know, he didn't have any reason to really be embarrassed because it was those guys who should be embarrassed, right? I mean, oops. Right? Yeah, those guys should be embarrassed. So, okay. So, anyways, then I ran into the other two guys, and I told them, and I asked them about it. You know, first I asked them, "What's all this about?" And then the other guy that wasn't doing it said, we're just fucking with them, you know. And then so I said, "Oh, well, okay." And then I told them the story how I went over there and asked them you know, and it kind of embarrassed them. I said, "So, you know, you can get some satisfaction out of that, maybe." Anyways, that's the kind of conference it was, though. So I met Larry Johnson. Do you know who he is? Larry Johnson's former CIA guy. Also, who else was there?
Oh, I was gonna say, was he a
Richard
colonel?
Barrett. Richard Barris, man, me and him are buddies, man.
I don't know.
Almost like, you know, the People's Pundit, the pollster, Richard Barris. Anyways,
don't
I
know.
met who? Oh, Daniel Davis. Daniel Davis Deep
So
Dive.
what
He's
did do you remember
former
what
Army
Chase Hughes was talking about then?
You know what? I didn't get to hear any of the speakers because I was volunteering.
Really?
And yeah,
Okay, you were volunteering.
I was just working with everybody. Oh man, it had a crazy, the craziest night, man. With this 31-year-old fucking staffer for Thomas Massey that was there. We ended up walking our dogs for like an hour and a half in the rain, in the misty rain in Chattanooga, just yakking away. And then the next day, she just totally blew me off. Like, I mean, like, it was the funniest thing, man.
Probably trying too hard.
I wasn't trying at all, dude. Trust me. I would, you know, first of all, I mean, I was there as a volunteer, and you know, I was just there to walk the dog and talk. You know, she was a pretty cool chick, but I mean, fuck 31, come on.
Yeah. So
I mean, come on, I'm not gonna mess with a 31-year-old. That's what I meant by come on.
Not even for
I
one
mean,
night?
I'll go walk my dog with a political person that's like, you know, involved in the cause, you know, talk about shit. She's very attractive.
I had 2 chicks in their early 20s hitting on me, ironic, at the music fest.
And this woman was in good shape. Like, we even talked about it. I think I talked about how, yeah, we were like, I think, I mean, this was her asking her, I think she asked about the dating scene or whatever. And I was like, fuck, man, it's fucking hopeless. I went into the whole, first of all, there's, you know, you got to cut out everyone who's obese in the age group or whatever, the dynamic you're looking at. Like, you know how many people that eliminates, you know? And then, you know, just figure half of the ones that are left are kind of crazy lefty wackos or some shit, progressive shit, you know? So that's cutting.
No, you would have fun with me tonight, ironic. I went to music bingo at the winery.
Yeah, yeah, what is music bingo?
It's pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's all right.
It sounds like it.
Well, you know, they have a DJ there and he's playing songs, and everyone gets a bingo card. And when a song comes on, you know, you mark it on your card. He plays, you know, he doesn't play the whole song. And
is it?
And I mean, me and maybe a couple other people, the only ones who'll get up and just dance. And I'm telling you, man. And these are all older women.
What is the card?
They just eat me up. They're eating me up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The bingo crowd, you mean? Oh fuck. Those are the wildest people, the bingo crowd, dude.
I made a couple new friends today, actually, man. They're like, it was pretty cool.
Where was I? Oh, fucking Canada, dude. So when on our honeymoon cruise, my second marriage, we met this Canadian couple. On the cruise, and you know, just, you know how sometimes you just meet a couple and you hit it off, right? It's just like you're like fucking best friends, you know. Anyways, so we ended up going to Thunder Bay, a little outside. I think it was Thunder Bay at that time. They had lived. I'd been to 2. There was another place around more closer to Ontario that we'd visited too, first of all. But yeah, around Thunder Bay, we went there, and fuck, man. Those Canadians in that town, it wasn't Thunder Bay, but it was a town up there, his town. Man, they were fucking into bingo, and I was getting it by the time I was there for like 4 or 5 days. Stayed with them. It was so fun. Man, those were the days, man. Even Canada was free back then.
So yeah, you might want to try some bingo, local bingo. If you want to maybe, you know, meet some women. Music bingo.
Okay, getting back to music bingo. So I don't understand, what did the card look like? So there was a name of a song. Was the card filled with names of songs? Is that what?
Yes.
Or artists?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's now that's a kind of that's a little tricky for the musician to, that for that a tricky gig, right? You just have to know how many like what 99 songs?
Well, I don't know.
Like
Whatever.
that would be equivalent to a bingo, right? Isn't it numbers up to 99 on a regular bingo card game?
Yeah. So how hard is that? Music. It's not hard at all.
It wouldn't be high, especially if you just have an iPad that scrolls.
Sometimes they'll do a theme. They'll do like 70s, 80s,
Yeah.
80s music, 90s music.
Well, okay, so it goes back to whoever's in the hall playing bingo is gonna make it fun or not. It seems to me like, if they got a good crowd of people, it'd be fun. But it's a fun way to do bingo, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's getting a little tipsy. Yeah.
I mean, there's no calling out numbers. It's the band playing the song.
It's not the band. It's a DJ. It's a DJ.
Oh, I mean, okay. Oh, you mean it? Oh, it's just
Yeah.
a DJ playing the night. Okay, he's got to grab that record and play it. Oh, fuck's sake.
Not a record. Laptop.
Whatever, digital.
Well, you got a problem with that?
I mean, what's wrong with bringing your phonograph and your old record collection, dude? Do you have any LPs in a storage somewhere? I imagine you do.
Yeah, but not for a party.
Yeah, my friends, like my two best,
Everything on hard drive.
My best friend growing up, right? His little brother and his little brother's best friend, from an early age, 15, I think, they started doing DJing at their friends' parties and shit.
Yeah,
and they fucking, dude, they fucking made so much money during their DJing years. I mean, they at some point, you got a real career and you got to fucking,
a real
just don't have time, right? Like a post office job or something,
And I did that. It sucked.
But DJing on weekends and working full time, that's a fucking.
I did that for a while.
Drain.
I did that for a while already.
I hear you. That's why do you think I'm mentioning it?
Yeah.
But anyway, they
but it's all paying off now, baby. It's all paying off.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, see, these guys, they gave it up at some point. They just gave it up. And then I was going to say at some point, I forget what happened to their album collection, but half of it was mine and Brad's, right? We had all the fucking Boston master disc and shit like that, Fuck.
Boston.
That's a great album. I would love to play it right now, just in the background. Do you like Boston? Or did you?
That first album was great.
Yeah, that's what. That's all I really.
I saw them live. I did see them live.
Yeah, I saw them a couple times. Definitely, Boston was cool. They had that, pretty unique sound. Like certain bands had those sounds, right? Like REO Speedwagon was another
one. What was this? Tom Schultz, I think it was, and they recorded that album in the basement. That first album was recorded in his basement.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a hit! That really was a hit. Yeah, I imagine it was #1 in the country.
Someone at Music Fest did Peace of Mind. They did pretty good too.
Yeah, I can't do I can't do when I do any covers that I do, I just do it my own style where it's noticeably not much like the original, because I don't have the talent to match like the playing part. I can sing a lot of times. I'm very good at the vocals. I can match vocals pretty well, but not
guitar playing.
Not the playing. Yeah, like I wish I could play a guitar like Jackson Browne, dude. If I could play that well, I'd be romancing fucking people.
Why don't you just practice more?
Because I'm not. Yeah, because I know how much practice it would take, and I'm not I'm too lazy. I don't. I got I got other things to do with my time.
I
You
got
know,
it
I'm
too.
happy enough. I'm happy enough to pluck around like I do. You know, it makes I can play and sing. It makes me happy.
There you go.
And the dog doesn't mind, so that's cool. And I love man. I'm so glad I got this guitar, dude. It has been so fucking humid down here, and yeah, my Taylor, it sounds like a fucking like a thud, like it doesn't have any ring to it, you know what I mean? So I just leave it hanging on the wall. And this thing is really cool, so it's got a nice look too. I like it.
We got to jam another time. We'll get the bongos out.
Yeah, so if I'm trying to yeah, so do you know who Dr. Mary Bowden? Do you know who Mary Bowden is? The doctor. She's involved with she's from the state of Texas, and she's involved in this, and Barnes is helping her out. That's why she's there at this thing. And as well as Brooke Jackson, who's Barnes is representing, both in the COVID context. Brooke Jackson was a whistleblower early on who was blowing the whistle on Pfizer's testing, because she was one of the people involved in one of the studies where they were testing it ahead of the release, and she just saw all this bullshit going on that couldn't pass, man. This is not how we do this. Like, she was a professional, right? So anyway, and then she got fired. Say again.
She got fired from Pfizer.
She got fired. It's like as soon okay, she called the FDA to report it, and that day she was fired. Later, like a couple hours later, she was fired. No, nothing. The government says not related, right? Not related to her complaining to the FDA. Yeah. So anyway,
I really like to see Fauci hung by his balls, but
oh man, I hope these state powers, states have powers. If there were law, if he violated states' laws and serious ones, which
this guy's gonna die. He's gonna die soon.
I think that's probably
80-something years old.
Well, even if he say it would take could he even be in jail? If say he got into jail, it would take 2 years before he's walking in any doors, and then he's just gonna die in prison in 6 months. It's like, wow, he really paid, didn't he?
I have no trust in the system. Ironic, it's so corrupted at this point.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, I don't know that anybody should have trust in the system, but trust is different than hope. I mean, we can hope to be able to change it. You can't give up. You got to fight it. You got to fight these fuckers, man.
Well, the monetary system's being changed.
When this started, Brojo, when all this started, this all started when the public allowed the police to to police their traffic and to surveil them in their cars. That's when it all happened. And I
don't know, maybe sooner than that.
No, I'm just alluding to my crazy theory about we need to get rid of police on the road. We don't need them police surveilling us. We don't need the fucking flock cameras out there either. They're just a cop without they're just the same thing as one of those cops surveilling everybody. Fuck that. We don't need to be surveilled. We're fucking Americans. We are free Americans.
Not that I'm endorsing this, but I've heard of some people on YouTube taking spray paint and saws and taking down the cameras.
Fuck, I can't believe a lot of them aren't blown off with a shotgun, full of buckshot. Boom.
But ironic, even if you're not doing anything wrong, why are you worried about the camera?
Yeah, you know why? Because it's been demonstrated so fucking obviously now that the people in charge are so fucking corrupt and corruptible that we don't need them being our watchers. fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, so don't
I
let nobody be watching us. You know,
I
fuck
paid them
that.
less mine as much as I, you know,
And
look at
and
what's going on with the money.
if that means it's tough, if that means it's tougher for the cops to nail a fucking crook, so be it.
Okay.
Freedom isn't safe.
But how does a
that
flock
through
camera
your
take your
fucking
freedom
heads.
away?
It's a violation of your fucking your privacy. You do have some kind of
Hey, no,
modicum.
you're in
You
public.
have you know, but you have an assumed
cameras are in public.
anonymity. You have some kind of assumed level of anonymity while you're in fucking public driving a car down the road. It's like nobody should be looking at you or identifying your car just tracked here and it goes into some fucking
But
file.
everybody has a
Fuck
camera
that,
now.
Brojo.
Ironic,
Brojo,
everybody has a camera now, ironic.
it doesn't matter if an individual has a camera. They're not fucking reporting that. It doesn't go to some government database and spread out to whoever the fuck
Yeah,
needs
but
it.
I can put a camera on my dashboard and record the cars in front of me, get their license plates.
So you're
any
all
kind
for
of-
the fuck. Are you just fucking with me, or are you just what?
Am I fucking with you?
Are you just trying to get
I'm
me?
just
Are you just
trying
to get me going? Because I'm not. I'm not gonna.
I'm not trying to get you going. I'm just trying to.
Like if you really
I'm
feel
playing-
that
I'm
way,
kinda
I pity you. I pity that argument. I mean, I pity the person.
No, I'd be the
bringing
first
that
one to
argument.
say, because Benjamin Franklin, remember, he said it. He said it. Those who trade a little security, liberty for security, don't deserve either.
And they'll lose both.
Right. So I'm all for liberty, but I'm just playing a little bit of devil's advocate.
No,
because
I get
that is the main argument.
But that's such a lame argument.
Well, you seem to have a little difficulty answering it because it is public space, though. We're talking about public space. The cameras are in public space.
Okay,
you have no.
All right, but the
anonymity
state.
when you're in
But we're
public.
talking. Look. You can be against the state doing it. State actors shouldn't be like I don't want my representative shouldn't be voting ever to put that in place. That should never have come into law or been allowed in a sane society, or of free loving Americans. If they got their say, if we all got to vote on it, that wouldn't fucking pass.
May I ask you this question then? A couple questions. Do you have you seen flock cameras in your area going up right now?
I haven't. I know there's. I've just seen the map that shows about 20 of them in the 16 miles between here and Dayton.
So there's 20 in your area right now. You're saying?
I think so. Yeah. Or
so have you
maybe 12 to 15 something. I don't know what people
right. Seems like
they have that. There's a website you can go to and check, right? And then it
no, it's going to be basically around the cities is where all the cameras are going to be. Most of the cameras.
I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere in Tennessee, dude.
Right, they're in the middle of nowhere, so there ain't gonna be no fucking cameras around that area. So that's why there's only 12.
No, there are.
But have you called your representative and said to them, listen? Ask them what is their stance about the flock cameras? Have you done that?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to.
Maybe you should.
I've called my congressman a lot. I mean, but I've never got a response. I just left messages.
Well, try again. Ask him about the flock cameras. What's his position? What a lovely name for the camera too. Flock of sheep. Gotta watch the flock. Gotta watch the sheep. Right in front of your face.
What's scary is what it's an anagram for, and they probably have some fucking thing, some evil.
Sounds pretty blatant to me right there. Flock.
Yeah, let's get the flock out of here.
Flock of sheep.
That reminds me, flock. Mike Flynn, General Mike Flynn, he's on X or whatever, but he just did a long rant about the flock cameras, and I think he was using that flock, like he kept using the word flock for fuck, all throughout the thing. This flocking thing, and
Go
well,
flock yourself. You flocking idiot.
it's about 5 paragraphs of fucking writing, and then probably 20 mentions of the flock word. I mean, it's a simple test. Ask yourself, do you want your neighbor doing that to you? Do you want your neighbor,
My neighbor what?
surveilling your fucking property from his?
They might already be doing that. Who knows? They could have a camera on there, just pointed over here, and that's it. You never know it. You would never know. They have a drone. They could fly drones. People can fly drones.
Where are you on the? So your neighbor has a tree squarely on his property. The trunk, and it's got big overhanging limbs. Like half of the fucking tree, and it's huge, is actually on overhead of your property. It's not on your property. It's just above the air there.
If it becomes a problem, I cut it off.
Now, do you think without even talking to your neighbor, if you wanted, you should be able to, haul over there with a high ladder or whatever you want to, and straight up on a plane from your border, cut every fucking thing out of that's above your head, and then charge him for it and send him the bill.
But I tell you, I have had instances here where 2 trees came down, and the trees are on our fucking. It's on the property line, pretty much. It was pretty much their responsibility. I wound up doing it, but I have on a regular basis mowed a little past my property line onto theirs, adjacent property, only because I know it benefits me, and it's. There's a lot of I'm surrounded by acres. You know what I'm saying? I'm surrounded by acres of just grass and trees.
Are you talking like 5 feet worth, or?
Yeah, a few feet. Because I made a nice little path.
A couple passes back and forth, on the mower, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Create a little space.
You do a riding mower, or?
It's a riding mower and a push mower, and I use a weed whacker.
If you had to mow your grass with just the push mower, how long would it take you?
I have done that, and I've done it in fucking August weather too, years ago. And it's not.
Is it a self-propelled at least? I mean,
no, it wasn't.
Oh my god!
It'd take too long, because I do a lawnmower, riding mower. I'm done in
Man, what was the occasion? What was the occasion that you did it with?
My mower, it was down. My lawnmower was busted. It was when
and the grass was getting like out of hand, or
well, I guess it was like when I first moved here, and what came with the house was with the riding mower, and this thing was It was its time was up, and
What brand of mower do you got?
Right now I have, what the fuck is it now? I don't even know. It's not a John Deere, I'll tell you that much.
Dude, everybody down here has a fucking John Deere fucking mower.
Yeah, people have John Deere here. I don't give a shit.
Everybody has a truck. Everybody has a fucking almost a backhoe or some shit. It's wild.
There are a lot of pickups around here, for sure.
Well, we're on a lake, so there's all kinds of shit goes on because of the lake. Besides, it's about boats, all the boats and everything all over the fucking place. But
most of them are fucking broke.
And there's a lot of money around here. There's some poor areas, but fuck, there's a lot of money around here. There's some.
Gotta have that $100,000 pickup truck, even though I'm not even gonna use the bed at all.
I mean, serious. Like the owners of this place, they just must be raking in so much money. I can't believe it. They got a home, a nursing home that they run up there with 20 beds, 21 beds. And then they have this is just an accidental thing that came with the property when they took over and stuff. But yeah, dude,
You are adjacent to a nursing home?
right up the driveway in same property is the owners of this RV place that own the nursing
so
home.
look at that. If you're there long enough, you could just transition.
I can just
to
move
camp
right up.
your
Exactly. Work out some deal. Yeah.
Oh, now let me ask you: on the other side of the nursing home, is there a cemetery?
Right. I'm trying to think of where no, but there is woods that you could bury anything in there and nobody would know.
Yeah, this is the woods. It's 3 ashes all over the place.
Here you go. Yeah, like they could cut me up and use my wood, my pizza oven to turn me to ash.
You want to be buried? Do you want to be buried or cremated?
Oh, I don't. I think I'd prefer to be buried, just buried. I think. I mean, seems to me like I just wish someone would just dig a big, deep enough hole and throw me in the hole, with maybe some clothes on, and that's it. No box, nothing like that.
Just throw me in the hole.
Or wrap maybe people wrapped in a blanket or something, like Jesus or something.
I'm ready to get a blanket. Like, Sammy, are you up? Sammy's sleeping. We put him to sleep. We're gonna help put him to sleep.
It's probably the only reason he was suffering from insomnia. He's like, oh, awesome. There's our
Either that or he's practicing his stoicism.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if Victor's up because I got his cell. I could just see if he wants to come in.
Well, I dropped the. Are you in the chat? Sammy's chat. That's where I guess Sammy saw your link.
I don't think I'm in there.
I dropped the. The link to the hanging ass, and Vic. There's like nobody around really. I'm looking at who's around. And I don't see anybody around.
Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. On my phone here, I'll hit my subs tab and view all. Is that what you? And then you can see the little blue dot just means they're online, but then a little red dot.
Well, I look for it's like a green dot. A green dot for me.
Oh, mine has red. Like red means live to me, but you got an Apple phone?
I'm on my laptop right now.
Oh, okay. Do you have an Android or Apple?
Well, my phone?
Your regular phone, yeah.
My phone is Apple. My laptop is Windows.
Oh, okay. Do you not like the Apple laptops?
I don't know. It's just I never got one. It's just this is the way I've always just operated. And I know it's kind of inconsistent, but Apple iPhone and Windows, a Dell computer.
Well,
usually.
To me, like I have an app. I ended up having I still have it. I think we were talking about you want to buy it maybe, but so I still have that. It's my spare phone, right? But cell phone Android to that isn't that big of a deal. But if you get into a laptop, working on an Apple computer and a regular Windows, it's like it's a learning curve to say the least, I think. And I never cared for it, so yeah. I had in my business that I had my Domino's. I had a Mac Plus. Do you remember those? It was I liked that product. That was a good thing. And it worked. Worked well for keeping my books and everything for that. And that was in '83.
It doesn't have to.
84 or something like that.
Life doesn't have to be so complicated.
John, man, I'm so thankful. Like as much as I really pity and feel bad for the kids today, like I'm hopeful that it's not going to be like this. Hopefully, things can get turned around, right? I think. Like, imagine if all the fucking like if have you been paying attention to all the fucking money the American government has just gives to others or gives to their friends or whatever, you know, through foreign wars or whatever it is. But imagine if we did become more isolationist and just all the money stayed here. Like, imagine all that money if it hadn't, like, say it got spent here. Imagine. Do you think Dubai was fucking, something? Like, all the fucking billions I'm talking about that they've stolen from us, we the people, all these fucking, deep state actors and their military complex and all that shit, where they, take our taxes, send it to Israel. Israel buys all the equipment from the American companies, and, it's just a big laundromat. Laundromat. And meanwhile, inflation goes up the ass,
Your big issue right now is with Japan and the yen. Their currency's collapsing, and America now is supporting the yen, and it's just one big Ponzi scheme right now operating. It's all catching up with them, and
Have you been listening to
collapse is happening. It's happening.
Did George Gammon talk about that?
A lot of people talking about it. There's a lot of people talking about it.
Oh yeah,
you look up the Japan, the yen carry trade. Yeah.
I think. Oh, I know. Yeah, the Duran had a guy named Ray something, and
Ray Dalio. Did they have Ray Dalio?
No, it wasn't Ray Dalio. No, but it's a guy who has like 30 years experience in the in the markets. Watching global market. And he was just on, like, it was really a great show because Alex was like, explained to everyone, like a third, fifth grade or whatever, what's going on in Japan, and he went through it. It was like, okay, that's all right. I guess, I mean, what do I know about that shit, about just the, I know they're talking about the treasuries that they hold, all the treasuries. Japan,
the country is really, it's really hurting bad. I mean, for one, all right, the currency is really bad. They have a GDP is like over 200%.
They have
to import everything. Needs to be imported, especially their energy.
No natural resources of their own. Yeah.
Especially their energy, which now is getting more costly. Yeah. What's going on with Iran?
Yeah, absolutely. Because
and now
they keep talking about.
This is important because we've been saving Japan's ass too with our own reserves, and now our reserves are getting down to lows where we can't do it anymore. At that point, gas is going to go up higher, and we're going to see inflation. We're going to see inflation over the go up.
It kind of depends on what China does, actually, because some of the so one of the things that goes on when something like the Hormuz shuts down is you do get a loss, like the market suffers a loss of interest, like whatever demand. I think it's demand loss, they call it, right? There's a certain amount of that has gone on. As well as but people are surprised how China handled it, at least initially, and I think
China had reserves,
right? But they still have many reserves, but that's not all they did.
They get a lot of their oil from Iran and Russia.
They switched over. They had this ability to go to wind and solar, like to sort of switch a switch and go get all they can of that, and they reduced. I mean, this is a story I read. or I heard
I've
somebody
seen
talking
they
about.
had these like solar panel fucking mountainsides. All the mountain ranges are fucking. Apparently, some of the mountain ranges are covered in solar panels.
I mean, they're going, they're going balls to the walls with the solar and wind and all the alternatives. That's like Elon
Right,
Musk
it's
is
an
all
alternative to the oil.
Elon loves that part about China. I'm pretty sure.
China's the new empire. I mean, America's gonna have to just like suck it up right now.
Well, it's just China has their half of the world and we have our half. I mean, I don't see China ever coming and attacking us.
No, it's
They're-
not,
that's not.
they don't have to.
We're America is the fucking ones that go around the world that
Have to.
fucking
I mean,
causing
they
shit.
don't have to attack. Their goal is to win, right, without firing a shot, and that's what they're gonna do. And they're gonna
Well,
do.
win what? Like, are you talking
They're
about the
doing
heart
it
controls of all the?
economically. They're doing it economically.
Well, I think I think the biggest issue we face in America is our universities.
Dude, what do we produce? We produce nothing. A country that doesn't produce
We produ-
anything. Well,
We produce a bunch of progressive young idiots.
what we do, yeah.
That's
I mean,
all we've seen to be producing.
China's doing all the manufacturing. Let's face it.
Well, duh. We have to bring this
Right.
is what wasn't this part of the Trump fucking promise? Bring fucking jobs back to America. Bring the fucking shit back.
Yeah, but who's gonna? How are you gonna get cheap labor in America when the cost of living is so high?
Hey, see, well, probably because everything has to fucking get burnt down, and hopefully the side that burns it down are the saner heads, or the.
Well, it's happening now, man. It's happening now. The system it's happening now. We're going through a reset.
I mean, look at this. All this.
They are
fighting
doing
with the Democrats, right?
Just like 9/11. Just like 9/11, it was controlled demolition, and that's what's happening now with the dollar.
Oh well, yeah. I can't speak to the dollar. You know a lot more about.
There's a controlled demo. It's like a controlled demolition.
Have you seen Rand Paul talk? Like Rand Paul just visited Fort Knox.
That was fucking bullshit. What a bunch of bullshit.
Testified that all the gold was there.
Well, yeah, like what a fucking bullshit. Yeah, well, where's the fucking video? Where's the video, Rand? Where's the pictures? What a bunch of bullshit that is. It's there. All right. Okay, you're right. I'm just gonna believe you.
See,
even though you're Rand Paul, I don't care you're Rand Paul. I don't care your dad's Ron Paul. Where's the pictures?
Yeah. Exactly. No, to me, this is all part of the.
It's a fucking game.
It's all part of the classification lie to keep the public stupid about any. They just everything is classified, and because we know everything's classified, Rand's doing us a big favor by going in there because he's allowed to at least look at it. He can't take pictures.
Because everybody, they know the libertarians and the Republicans like Rand Paul. Oh, and Rand Paul said, and those are the guys. We are the guys who are concerned about the gold and silver if it's still there in the country. Oh, but just get Rand Paul to tell everybody it's okay, because they'll believe Rand, because he's the fucking figurehead for the libertarian. He's Ron Paul's son. You know what I'm saying? This is all the kind of shit you gotta fucking look out for. Where's the pictures?
I get it. I mean, I appreciate Rand Paul because he's one of the. I think he's a pretty square shooter as far as when it comes to voting on shit. I mean, he wants to hold the budget to he's a pretty good fiscal hawk. I don't. I'm not a libertarians are fucking whack philosophy if you ask me, but I want to ask a libertarian, Okay, here's the problem. Like, okay, this is, I'll just tell him what here's my problem with you, Mr. Libertarian, is, if you're gonna run shit, if you're gonna be in charge, that means you have you have some principles that are gonna tell you that something other people ought to do something, right? There's gonna be things that you're gonna say others ought to do
So what do
as
you want to do?
libertarian.
You mean you're gonna force?
No, I just want to know where that ought comes from on your model. Go ahead.
I don't know what you mean. Ought.
An OUGHT.
Usually, libertarian model is a voluntary. It's voluntary model. People do things voluntarily.
Oh, is that a requirement of libertarianism?
It's not a requirement. It's just the part of the philosophy.
It's not an ought.
People shouldn't be compelled by force to do things.
Okay. See, it just seems to me it's a philosophy without an underlying grounding. It has no grounding to say
sovereignty. That's the grounding. Personal sovereignty.
See, like a humanist, hold on. A humanist has the same issue. Like a humanist says, you ought to do this. Like, fuck you. I don't think so. Why? Why should I think that? And they have no argument.
Telling anybody they ought to do anything.
They don't have any argument besides that's just what I want.
I don't know where you think there's no grounding. I don't understand.
Well, there's nothing that grounds. Okay, so all I'm saying is whatever a libertarian says, you can completely ignore because there's no. It's all it is an opinion that's not grounded in anything. Like at least my views are. It's a Christian. My views are Christian worldview views, right? They're grounded in my belief, in God, and in God is defined in my view and all that stuff. So God. So when I say society, as a political leader in America, if I say we ought to do this, it's going to be grounded at least in what I'm going to argue is the truth and righteousness according to the Christian principles this country was founded on. I'll make that argument. Now, where's the libertarian? What is his view besides an opinion that's not grounded in anything but a human secular view?
Well, there's a couple of things that libertarians the worldview is based on, and it's usually your individual rights, your liberty, and there should be no coercive power.
They believe in non-aggression. There should be, they believe in like a non-aggression pact. Okay, but why should the stronger guy not just beat the crap out of the little guy and take his shit?
Autonomy. That each person.
No, but
I'm
just saying. Why shouldn't
I'm giving you the grounding.
What's the grounding? I want to know the libertarian answer, but I want to know the answer to.
These are the principles.
What is the answer? What is the answer to? Libertarian's fine, but me, I'm bigger than that guy, and I can take his shit. And why shouldn't I? And what will the libertarian say? Why shouldn't I? That's what I want to know.
Well, again, a libertarian's about individual rights. So if you are going to invade my rights, hold on, no. Okay, so if you want me to invade my rights, because I have the part of libertarian principles is the right to property, private property rights, right? So then, as a libertarian, everyone has a right to protect themselves and their property. So if someone comes and wants to, do harm against you or take your shit, you have a right as an individual to defend yourself and protect.
Where's that right come from?
Where's it come from?
Yeah.
It's something that's
even in the America Constitution, even they say, we have these are divine, our creator, right? We've been endowed by our creator with inalienable rights,
They're
as
inalienable
our
rights.
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Ultimately, rights,
So-
but no, ultimately, rights are just a construct. And yeah, the one who has the bigger gun can just take shit. And yeah, that's always going to be the case. So, but rights are just, it's a social contract. It's a construct. It's something that
but see-
everyone can agree upon, because most people, 99.9, don't want to be fucking murdered.
Right, but it seems to me the thing only works if everyone participates in in an agreeing way, in right.
You're
And
never gonna
it's
have
almost
everybody. How are you gonna have
it's-
everybody participating?
well, that's what I'm saying. It sort of like libertarianism demands the impossible. Like you can't get
What impossible?
people are, huh?
What are you
Because
talking
people
about?
are always you're gonna always have
You're not
people that fight each other. You're always gonna have aggressors aggressing.
Right, exactly.
That's why.
So, I mean, how is a Christian worldview any better or worse than that?
Well, okay. What's better is it's got a better philosophical grounding. It's more reasonable and into it just has a better argument for why, as a public official, you should be able to say, don't do this. Now, when a libertarian gets up there and says, don't do this, and I say, hold on, and I say, fuck you, I'm not going to do it. The only option that libertarian has is to turn the police on me. And how a libertarian
and what's the option?
Now,
and what option does the Christian have?
So now,
what option does the Christian have?
No, the Christian has the duty to call the police and get the criminals and put them in jail. Now, when the libertarian
so he's still relying on the state.
hold on. When the libertarian tries to do that, he's violating his own principle. He's violating his own principle when he sends the army to go arrest the bad guy.
How so?
Because non-aggression. Because they believe in non-aggression. Hello.
Well, you got to remember that when you say non-aggression, we're not talking about you do nothing.
And I'm including the state. The state actors don't get to aggress if you're a libertarian. As a state actor, you're not arresting someone against their will. Of course not.
Non-aggression principle: force or fraud should only be used to ban or punish actions that violate another person's rights, such as physical violence or theft. What's wrong with that?
It's arbitrary. That's for the one thing. Those are arbitrary.
I don't know how your Christian view is any better. I don't know how your Christian view.
No, the Christian views are not arbitrary. They're not arbitrary. They're written in stone, so to say.
Where?
In the Old Testament, there's a biblical text that grounds this stuff.
It's based on a book.
I can argue.
It's not written in stone. It's written in stone.
No, it's reality. God, hey, you think this world existed always by itself with no God? Get the fuck out of here. You're dumb.
Well, I mean, resorting to your insult right away, ironic, says a lot. Says a lot.
I mean, I'm not. I'm. Believe me, I'm speaking past you. I'm not thinking you're an idiot.
But did the more even say it?
Well, we're having this kind of argument, and I'm more. I mean, the focus of my argument is on that side, and that not you personally.
Well,
just like you were saying, devil's advocate. I can sort of do that too.
Well, you're making the argument for Christian worldview, aren't you? Is a better foundation.
Yeah, my argument. Yeah, I'm arguing that the Christian, are making an argument for the Christian worldview that has a grounding that the libertarians lack completely, and it's just they're on the same level as a secular humanist. Are they not? Are they not?
What's wrong with reason? It's based on reason.
Okay. So it has to do with the morality, or if there is morality.
It's based on reason. reason.
No, well, like all of it has to, like all of it, like reason is a tool. It's not a. It's not a.
Is it reasonable? Is it reasonable not to take someone else's stuff?
On whose world? On a libertarian worldview?
Is it reasonable to say that it's not beneficial for individual or society that they start stealing from one another? Is that reasonable?
It's not reasonable.
You know
to
you have to
expect
give me a fucking yes, Ironic. So just
No,
give it up.
no,
Give up
it's
the
not.
ghost.
It's not reasonable for the reason I was
Not
talking about.
reasonable? You hear
It's
yourself
not
now?
reasonable.
It's not
It's
reasonable.
not. Hold on. It's not reasonable to expect that. That's. I mean, that's like utopia.
Huh?
Like that's hoping for a
What do you,
utopian
what do you,
situation.
what are you talking about utopia? What are you talking about utopia?
I'm
Let's talk about
saying
utopia because we
they're
already
hoping.
established. We already established this is a world of humans, and there are humans that are just totally fucked up, and you're always gonna have them. So there is no utopia happening. There's no heaven on earth happening. All right, I'm already established that.
No. Well, go back to the question you were asking me then. Because
What?
it seemed to
You
me that
asked me,
you were
what's the
demanding.
foundation of libertarianism? I said, why can't it be reason? And I asked you about,
yeah,
isn't it
yeah.
reasonable not to take someone else's stuff? Isn't it reasonable and beneficial for an individual and a society that we should not steal from each other?
Okay, so you throw these qualifiers in there as a society, all right? But as an individual, what about as an individual?
I said that too. Individual and society.
Certain individuals might think might answer your question, you know, like based on their worldview, like what they, you know, it's like what if the guy, like people believe might makes right?
I understand that.
And we've a lot of, you know, for a lot of our history, or at least in places, you know, us little guys have had to live by that rule. I mean,
I don't know if
it's
you
a
know,
law
we've
or
been down
not,
this
you know?
road numerous times, Ironic. And if we're going to talk about might makes right, the Old Testament is full of the might makes right argument for yourself. So I don't know how it's any different. I don't know how it's any different.
No, the only difference is that a Christian can you know,
Might make right.
assume, or you know, a Christian is assuming God and all that comes with God. Now, a libertarian is just assuming
there are Christian libertarians.
Assuming he's reasonable.
There are many Christian libertarians. Many.
Of course, and I would just say the two can't really mix, but yeah.
Well, you're probably right, because I always say, and I told you, I brought this argument up before, that the First Amendment can't be reconciled with the First Commandment.
Oh man, let's not get again. Where's Sammy? Wake Sammy up.
I'm gonna get Sammy. I need a drink. Go get some peeps in here. Right. My mouth is getting dry now. I'm so hot.
Let me see if I'll send a text. I wonder if St. Tom. I'm gonna ring. I
usually.
Oh
no! Don't get fucking dummy. Fucking guy.
Okay, I'll send
right back.
Victor. I'll send a text to Victor. I don't know if you can hear me, but I want to remember to ask about Frank. Sammy, are you awake? Sammy. Hello. Are you out there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've just been cleaning and listening.
Okay. Well, did you hear us talking about you a half hour ago or whatever it was?
No.
Oh, Brojo was like calling out, and then he's sleeping. And we were,
Oh,
yeah,
did
we
he?
had this whole spiel. We were talking about how we put you to sleep. It's like,
Might have been vacuuming at the time. There's been
yeah.
parts I haven't been able to hear,
Gotcha.
but I just heard you from the kitchen then.
Oh,
What, Brejo
well,
stepped away, did he?
Brojo's, well, he just went to fill his drink up, but he said, get some people in here. It's like, well, we got one in here. Maybe Sammy can.
Back. Sammy's up.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, the reason I brought you up was I was like, Sammy, save me from this fucking argument about the First Amendment isn't, what is it?
You're going to ask the atheist to save you from this argument?
No, he was there when I think he was in the room when we went over this like a week ago or less or whatever it was.
I think Sammy likes my argument. I think Sammy likes my argument.
I know. I think he's on your side of that argument, but he would at least understand that, we just went over this like really, sort of for a long time, it seemed like. But it's my contention that you weren't I forget exactly what you guys are. You guys aren't hitting the argument right on. Somehow you're missing it. Like.
No.
I know. I remember what it was. Okay. Yeah. The whole thing on my view, and the whole thing on my view is, see, as a Christians, on my view only, I'm just saying my view, a Christian is not at all bound by anything in the Old Testament. Not any of the laws. A Christian is not bound one iota to obey any of them.
Okay, can I ask you a question then?
Go ahead.
To that point?
Okay, but first, do you understand why that means your objection doesn't touch me? Go ahead.
Okay, so they're not bound by law. Does that mean that you can you worship another god?
As a Christian, I'm bound to love God and the Spirit, and I'm bound to follow the Spirit of God. I'm supposed to walk by the Spirit. As a new covenant believer.
Here we go again. Can we get a yes or no answer?
So, no. So, because I love God, I would never, do that. So it's not because I can't. I don't. But I don't choose to because I love God. Love supplants the law. Love can rule your life, or you can live by a bunch of laws. Do you understand?
How do you love God?
By following the Spirit. As he seems to be leading me.
Spirit. Yeah, but but everyone seems to be, there's a lot of people following different spirits.
Well, I can only speak for me. Yeah, I see the crazies too. I don't know what to say. But
see, because my understanding of the text in the Bible, it says you love God, it says, by obeying the commandments.
Do you find that after the crucifixion being taught? I mean, maybe you do. I mean, people might argue. Like, I think Peter says something. Maybe.
So now we're going to get into the cherry pick.
Peter talks about. Well, see, here's the thing. Like Peter talks about.
This is where we get into cherry pickism right now. This is where we get into cherry picking.
Well, it's not cherry picking. It's just, this is my interpretation of the scripture. So I guess if you're going to talk to me, now other Christians are going to say other things, but, Peter did say, be holy as your Father is, like, be ye holy, right? Like as God is holy. Now that's something, that's a new covenant statement. Be holy as God is holy. So, but to me, that's not a law. That doesn't mean I have to follow any law. That just means, to me, it just means be set up. You set yourself apart for God. That's all.
Well, that's what the word holy means.
It doesn't delineate any kind of behavior that I have to do.
Set your part yourself for God, meaning that you only worship one God, right?
That means God. I consider it like God.
You can
God
only worship one God, right?
God is my sovereign. He created the world. He gets to say what the rules are. That's my stance.
Yahweh. Is this God Yahweh?
He's called Yahweh by the Jews. Mhm.
And he's the only God you're allowed to worship.
There is only one creator God. That makes the most sense, I think.
Well,
Whatever a person calls him.
we all know other people believe in another creator God.
I'm saying there is only, but do you think there would be
Name.
there
They
can't
give
be
it another
two there
name.
can't be two creator gods, can there?
Why not?
Well, I mean, maybe there could be two gods that collaborated, but
Remember Elohim, God in the beginning. God Elohim is a plural.
well, even I believe that
Could be many
yeah,
gods.
I mean, even my view is, this panentheistic kind of view is that the spirit, like I think I've said I'm not a Trinitarian, like in the certain sense, like the Orthodox Church would say, or whatever, what Orthodoxy would say about it. But like I see, whenever the Bible talks about the Spirit of God working, I see that as just that's God Himself, that's the Father. Only these people are describing visible signs that they can see, like like this fire. Whoa, well, the Old Testament says that right, it calls it that's the Holy Spirit, right? Well, to me, that's just the invisible God when He appears visibly in
Invisible.
some way. It's just God. It's not another person. It's just His own Spirit. He's acting by Himself.
The one that you
Only
interpret through the Bible as
this is-
Yahweh.
yeah. So Yahweh, yeah. I mean, the Old
You don't
Testament calls
interpret
him
this
Yahweh.
God through any other text but the Bible.
Well, I use a lot of interpretive. I mean, I use my personal experience is really my biggest
Can God be
concern
described through the
of
Vedas?
what I think God is like.
Personal
Okay.
experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. My personal interaction with God over, however many years, 26 years, especially the last 26 years, I wouldn't discount all the years before that. I always had a thought conversation with God throughout my whole life. I still do today. It's almost constant. I mean,
As
it's
do
not
everybody.
any big
God
deal.
of
It's just
as do everybody
awareness.
God of the Bible.
Look, I think people make I don't know. I'm just looking for the best and most truthful way to interpret things.
The best, the most
Given
right, would be more
like there's absolutely no reason to question the
question. No
what
reason
would you
to
call it?
question.
The motivation of the New Testament authors.
No
Like as I
reason.
read those
There is
as I read
no
those
re-
texts,
Wait a
no
minute. Come on.
I think they're self-evidently
Come on.
I think they're self-evident to me as I read them,
Cool.
truth tellers. Even
my
though,
God.
they might not always be accurate about what they believe, because that,
Yeah,
that's not them lying.
I'm going to really disagree with you. Of course. Obviously, I'm
Yeah,
going
of
to really
course.
disagree
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Well, how some people will say, and I don't say this, but I mean, I might believe it to some extent, but how they'll say, man, I read the Bible, and this doesn't mean Muslims don't read the Quran and say the same thing or anything else, right? But when I read the Bible, it's not like any other book I read. It's just like you can tell it's inspired. Have you heard that argument or that kind of statement?
Yes. But
what do you think about it?
I think it's just people could say that about any text being in another country, it's just something about the Vedas, I feel close to the
Yeah.
Brahma. It's I mean it's the same thing. What makes it any different?
Well, in one sense, you know, if we're just two men arguing or, you know, debating it, you know, I don't have the proof to say I'm right and you're wrong. Yeah.
Right. It's faith.
Well,
Faith.
I don't agree with that. I don't think I agree with what you think faith is, how you just used it. But I mean, to me, faith is not like faith is
believing in
not
something with a lack of evidence.
faith is not my faith, the way I understand faith, it doesn't leave the evidentiary track of reason and you know, reality. Yeah, it's not a belief in Santa Claus, you know. I believe in Santa Claus. It's nothing like that. That's what I don't faith is based on reason. Like I believe in God because there's good reasons to believe.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Was it reasonable? I mean, faith, when like it was by faith that Abraham sent this, you know, going up with Isaac.
When he believed God.
Right, this fucking guy, God. But he didn't question that. Like, wait, why would God even want me to do this?
Yeah, there's times when Abraham kept questioning.
How is that faith? How is that even reasonable? How is it reasonable to
instead of saying faith,
sacrifice your son?
Instead of saying faith, use the word belief. And it doesn't, it's like, see, you'll understand what I'm saying, because faith is just belief. Like when Abraham had faith, all that means is Abraham believed. He believed God, and God credited it to him for righteousness. In other words,
the whole Hebrew thing, isn't that about faith? By faith he did this?
Okay, when you're using the word by faith, what I'm saying is all that means is they believed God. They believed, you know, they believed the circumstance was going on, and they did it. They because they believed him, they followed the word or they followed what they believed. You know, I mean, it like you do. You know, when you believe something, you act out in that. You know, on those beliefs. And that's their faith. Their belief. That's the things they believe. It's not their belief in something that there's no reason for. That's not what faith means. I mean, you might say, well, their belief was all fucked up. You know, that what they believed, they had no reason to believe that. But they weren't, their beliefs didn't involve fairy tales. Like, you know, like you would believe in, you know, the Tooth Fairy or something.
Alrighty.
I don't yeah, anyways, but I'd rather talk about musical festivals.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, like I don't know. I hope I can get this channel going at one point. I'm kind of so let me run. I have this idea about it. The Broken Guitar Player YouTube, you know, channel. Okay, so it was I was gonna get into this earlier when I started showing you the patio and everything. Okay, so basically all I was gonna say after that, it was like I'm almost done with this, you know, like I'm sort of at a point where and if I just, you know, I've been spending all my money month after, you know, every dollar I've had is gone into this, you know, or among all my other living expenses, but all my extra money has, you know, or whatever, whenever I can do, I do it. Okay, so but that's coming to an end now. So that means I'm going to have a little bit of extra, you know, cash on hand or whatever. See you later, Sammy. And so anyways, all that meant was that I had this idea that I would okay, so I could schedule this.
Say it right. Spit it out already, for fuck's sake.
All right, so once a month, you know, you know, I just make a plan for once a month to do a road trip somewhere in America.
Okay, sounds fine. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so and then so I might take 2 weeks or something to go there and back, or because, you know, otherwise you're just on the road all the time. Maybe that would be it too. I could, you know, I don't have to be here, I guess, you know. But anyways,
But you put all the money into just, you're
but that's
surrounded
not.
there. Now you're not even going to
No,
be there to fucking enjoy it.
but here, yeah, that's the bad part. I didn't really, I didn't like. I love being here because I like to eat what I want to make. Like I eat really good, and if I on the road, you can like. Have you ever experienced being on the road and just like not being able to find a good meal? Really, like not like you can make it home.
Yeah.
I suffer from that badly. But anyways, it's overcomable. But I think it'd be a kind of a cool thing, like to do and I wouldn't probably do anything. It wouldn't be done live. There might be some, I might do some live stuff, during the thing, but then I might just put together a video about that trip, or something. But in the meantime, I wanted to have a political angle, but also just a grassroots music loving, beer drinking.
There's a couple of guys.
hang out.
What's his name? I think his name is Nick Johnson. He goes to different towns in America. Usually smaller towns. Gets the whole history on them, and and he drives through the town. He's taking pictures and he's sharing the history of it. And
I'm thinking more like, I'll roll into Buc-ee's and I'll put the camera on and go in there and, or outside, hear some chat, have a little chat with this guy or whatever that seems interesting, and just ask him, what he thinks about, the current state of America, something like that. How aware, like, what's your political IQ here? What'd you say? How much do you know about
let's
what's
stir
going
up
on
a
in the
fucking
world?
political argument in Buc-ee's.
Do you like Buc-ee's? Have you been through one?
I've never been to one, but you better get Buc-ee's permission.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. You might have to leave yourself outside on the sidewalk outside there,
or be outside in public, because they're gonna kick you out.
All I'm talking about is quick interactions, maybe is all, and just record that stuff, or even don't talk to anybody, but just go into Buc-ee's and say, oh, okay, I like this sandwich, the whole experience or whatever, kind of like Heretic does on his Mindy Media thing, just walking around.
Okay. Do it.
But but then it might be a goal to, like, I don't know if I should aim at a certain place or a certain person to go see, which would be more interesting probably. Like I could probably get permission to go see St. Tommy, and he
or you could just go to an event and start.
Oh, now that, okay, so that's a better idea, because I'm just saying, a place isn't that exciting, right? I mean, anybody, you can just pull up a city and anybody's got shots of the town.
Would you be able to interview people without getting into an argument with them?
Oh yeah, in person, yeah. In person, I'm pretty reasonable, I'd say. Like, I don't want to get hit or beat up or anything.
Like Trump down.
Oh, the worst thing that I ever face is not, as far as public interactions go, is law enforcement. They never fail to put me in a, like, I start seething because I can't react like I ought to be able to, like, and just fucking tell them, how this violates the fucking Constitution, what they're doing, or anything. You fuckers are fucking, you're a bunch of fucking liars. You're allowed to lie. Why am I not allowed to lie to you? You ask me questions. Why shouldn't I lie? Why shouldn't I make up the best scenario for myself right now to answer your question? You have the authority to do that. You can lie. You can lie to me, and I can't do fuck about it. How about that, Mr. fucking peace officer?
Or you could say nothing.
Well, you have, I mean, if you're not stupid, you're just going to say, you're going to just, as much as you can, just limit the interaction you have to do with these people, if you can't minimize it completely, yes, sir. Just do the thing. Two hands on the wheel. Have your paperwork ready. You know, bow to the fucking surveiller that didn't like what you did, even though where's the harm, sir? Can you show me the injury? Oh, there is no injury. You just you were going faster than I liked. Oh, fuck off. Is what I should be able to say. Fuck off. You go as fast as you want. I'm the one driving this vehicle.
All right, Mr. Ironic, midnight. I have to head out. I'm getting tired.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. It was fun.
Thank you for the time.
Think about if something comes up that you can think about would be worthwhile me running up there besides just karaoke night. You know what I mean?
Oh, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to come up.
And I'll make sure if I happen to go up to Amos, because I could run up to Amos's for some reason. I might have a reason to go up there, and that's in Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. Do you know where Bird in Hand is? Or
No.
You probably know where Lancaster is, at least.
Yeah, that's out west. Yeah.
No, okay, so you're more closer than you were.
That's 2 hours away.
Yeah, but anyway, if I was 2 hours away, then all I got to do is take an hour drive to meet you halfway, right?
There you go.
Or there might be an event that to go to more like, Oh, I meant to say, I really would like to get if I do that, I really would like Frank to somehow commit to fucking showing up somewhere, even if we have to go closer to Jersey or something. Does that sound like a plan or no?
Sounds like it, but I thought he was going to come out for at least one day.
Not that Frank is the most reliable, but you know what I mean? Like, if I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there, right? I mean, I'll like let you know if I'm something come up, but
he didn't say he was going to be there. It was a tentative thing.
Okay, yeah, whatever it is. Okay, all right. Well, have a good night, man.
All right.
I hope you make sure you wash your clothes and do a nasal wash if you can.
Oh, that fucking shirt! I know. My plan, a tentative plan, is to go to in November. This is tentative. Vegas and Grand Canyon.
Oh,
I've never been. So.
In November, this November?
Yeah, November. Yeah, that's the plan.
All right. Well, you wouldn't want to ride along, right?
Ride along? I don't know. I'm probably gonna fly in over there.
Oh. Okay. Well, if I was out there, would you want like a guided tour of Arizona? Like you could fly out there, but I could drive out there with it, and then we could just do a road trip, like and cover, go up to the canyon and then hit anywhere else you want to go, something like that. And then I could drive home and you could fly home. Because I know somewhat about Arizona. I was there 10 years.
Right. I was just simply going to go a couple places in Vegas.
And I've been to Vegas 100 times.
Yeah, I've never been. And then just take a train ride to fucking the canyon. And
dude, I can't say if you'd be into this or not, but from when I lived in 29 Palms, okay, so 29 Palms is in California. It's like near Palm Springs, but you can drive from Palm Springs to Vegas through these back roads and, mostly through California, but then you get, well, not mostly, but a little bit through California, mostly, a third. And then, you end up on the 15 and then you get up into the Vegas. But, but you go through these there's this like Amboy, it's called Amboy, but it's like so desolate. It's like movie scenes, and there's this old, historically preserved railroad station that you pass, and then it's got these called the Kelso Dunes. It's just like movie scene from the Dune. Dune like it's just this huge
that'd be cool.
Dunes that you pass, all on the way to Vegas. And it's all like fucking. It might be like American Graffiti kind of movie set where. Not in a town, but that era where you're going, like it almost feels like the 50s or something, because all the gift you'll run into this gift shop that's been there for 100 years, maybe
right.
Shit like that, and like some old decrepit guy behind the counter.
But yeah, I don't know how much time.
Pretty cool. I mean, Yeah, it all depends. I mean, but it takes time to do that driving, you know. But
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stiff and I have to do all this in under a week. All right.
oh,
Later.
alrighty. Well, see ya. Thanks. We're gonna end it there, baby.